Today's topic is
how to make 5 different themes of modular terrain tiles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Waypan. I'm Cal.
I'm Sunny.
Today, 5 bases get a blow up.
I thought we were doing 5 different modular terrain tiles.
Well, that's basically what you do when it comes to modular terrain tiles. You take the theme or idea of a base, you blow it up to the size of a 1 foot by 1 foot tile.
Or 30 cm by 30 cm, or whatever size you want to make your tiles. Really, we just find those the most useful. Let's begin our most popular base, or should I say tile, meadows.
The first thing that you want to get is a 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter tile or a foot by foot tile. It doesn't matter, just so long as you are consistent. We're using cork tiles from Bunnings. Once you have these, get some spare cork and make up some rocky outcrops. After this, get some homemade texture paste, and yes, you want homemade for this reason, because it's so expensive if you're going to do the whole tiles with store-bought texture paste.
Homemade texture paste is so cheap. We've got a short in our description on how to make your own homemade texture paste, or Calidor's creme. Next, smother that all over wherever there aren't rocky outcroppings.
Next up, paint up those rocky outcroppings. Once this is done, get some static grass and make yourself some areas of static grass. Don't cover the whole thing, just some big patches of it. Once it's dry, do it again, and let's get a build-up of that static grass.
This is probably going to be the longest part of your process, simply waiting for the static grass to dry. Alternatively, one of the other things that you could do is something that we did, which is much more expensive, but looks great.
Grab yourself a big patch of AK Interactive grass. I'm sure that there's other companies that do it, but this is the one we had at our hobby store. Slap that on, put some grass around it to hide any joints, and you're done, and it looks great.
After this, we did a dry brush of ochre onto the texture paste and light gray onto the little rocky outcrops. Then we added some pigment powder to give the illusion of paths.
Then we used some diluted PVA along with isopropyl alcohol to make sure that the pigment powder was set.
And that's your meadow tiles.
Highlands. There's an important discussion after this. Highlands. To make those highlands, you're going to follow all of the steps for meadows, but you're going to do these additional steps afterward. And remember that there is an important discussion after this.
Your next step is going to be laying down some leaf scatter. Now, because we used autumn theme leaves, meaning we used brown as well as red, orange, and green, we wanted a quick way to put them down. Ideally, you can just use spray adhesive like we did.
So we sprayed some adhesive onto the board, but you want to make sure that the adhesive is new, and you want to make sure that the nozzle is clean. Otherwise, you're going to get this white stuff, which you don't actually want with your spray. So first off, put your brown leaves down. Then let that set for just a little bit. Spray some other areas, put brown leaves down. Then spray again, put your red leaves over, and then follow the whole process again until you're up to your green leaves. And then you're done with your leaf scatter.
After this, we used some of our AK Interactive Snow. That's the one I call the Snow Slurry. I put it on with a palette knife and then moved it around with a wet paintbrush to make it go further and look more natural.
Finally, I sprayed the whole thing and then put down some AK Interactive micro balloons. Now, we're not brand loyalists. If you want to use a different brand, go ahead, but these are the brands that we use.
And your Highlands are now done.
Trade-offs. When it comes to making and using these tiles, the two things that we've shown you have used a very similar process. They have something in common. They both share the fact that we modulated the height of the tile.
This actually makes them much less usable. While rivers, hills, and little modulations are great and fantastic for helping immerse you in the world, what they do is make the tile less usable as a map. You can't put terrain down on it, and it makes it harder to actually maneuver things about.
In addition, there's another thing. We changed our minds when we did the hinterland tile. Once we finished the hinterland tile, by that time, I had also finished all of what is now the meadow tiles.
And we simply decided, you know what? No, we're not interested. It's a lot of extra work and we didn't like the result as much. It wasn't as vibrant. It's okay to experiment with things, but it's also okay to decide that something was a failed experiment.
Using PVA has its advantages and using spray adhesive has its advantages, but the most important thing to remember is that you're doing this as a hobby.
We're here as guides, but we can't literally jump out of the screen and teach you where to take a fork in the path.
Scrublands. Australian or Scrubland modular tiles. The first thing you want to do is get your brown homemade texture paste. The second thing you're going to do is make up some brown coloured PVA. Apply that homemade texture paste while leaving some areas bare. Then do those areas with the brown PVA and add some homemade leaf scatter.
Remember to add the forest floor scatter afterwards. After this, wait for the whole thing to dry. Once dry, get some red or burnt umber pigment powder and apply that liberally over the areas with the texture paste.
Remember to leave some brown showing through. Then within this red area, add some burnt sienna or orange pigment powder to highlight the area. Remember, you still want to see some brown.
After this, with the areas that have the forest floor scatter, you want to add some gray pigment powder. You still want to see some brown in this. Add green or straw tufts to those areas. Try for a variety of sizes.
Once this is done, your tile is complete. Tundra. The first thing you want to do is add your homemade texture paste.
Now add grass. We're using two types, a grayish-green grass and a slightly desaturated green. Lay it over the top. Don't cover the whole surface, make larger patches and vary the shapes.
Using our homemade texture paste saves you from the step of waiting for the ground cover to dry. Then add the glue for the grass. This paste binds it as you go in. Let that set before moving on.
Once the grass is in, grab some Citadel snow. We like it because it absorbs pigment powder and takes on a bit of color, giving a melting snow effect. Apply it, then check for any bare patches and take care of those too.
Next, grab 3 different colors of pigment powder. We used 3. In hindsight, we should have pushed the variation more as one was much too close to the base color, but it still worked. Dab the pigments on with a makeup brush and then set them with a little water and isopropyl alcohol.
We thought that was the final snow step, but we wanted to use micro balloons and tried applying them with the contact spray glue, which didn't go to plan. The glue was old, we should have bought a new one, which we will get into in the next one.
It's okay to modify your plans.
Exactly. Now we switch to AK Interactive Snow. Spatula it on, then spread with a wet brush for a smooth, natural finish.
And that's your Tundra tile complete. Rainforest. First, collect some sticks. Make sure you get ones with lots of character and texture. The best sticks are those ones with cracks, moss, bark that look a little rough.
Once you've gathered them, spread them out on a tray and put them in the oven at a high temperature for a long bake. This sterilizes them and removes any pests or moisture.
Apply the homemade texture paste. We used a thicker mix first to build up some structure, then a more paint-like consistency to cover the rest of the surface.
Now grab the Rainforest scatter, the finer mix we made earlier, and lay that down as your first layer.
Next, take some of your sterilized sticks, trim them down if needed, arrange them to form small logs or roots. Use texture paste as an adhesive base. Push the sticks into them so they hold firm.
Try to vary the size of the sticks, using mostly small to medium ones. You don't want them to overpower the tile. They should feel like fallen branches rather than trees.
Once the sticks are in place and the texture paste is set, you can add a second layer of the Rainforest scatter to blend everything together.
When that's dry, you can finish it off with some additional mixed scatter or tufts if you want more density. We use moss tufts going over the sticks and then various tufts as well as laser cut plants scattered across the ground.
We stopped there for a time, but that wasn't the end because when we took a look at it, we felt that it was too close to some of our other tiles. So when we did that, we thought, all right, let's add some leaf scatter. And once we did, they came to life.
And that's your Rainforest tile complete.
So, why use this system? You can have a huge variety of boards for the cost of just 1 or 2 mats.
It's especially good for skirmish games. You can expand, swap, and rebuild your setups without being locked into one board.
These can also evolve with you. Start simple and then add hills, rivers, forests, whatever you think your game world needs.
You don't have to make everything in one big hit like we did. You could make 9 tiles one weekend and another set next month. Little by little, your collection grows.
And that's one of the biggest advantages. flexibility. You're not just building terrain, you're building options.
But there are a few things to keep in mind. Consistency matters. Use the same size tiles and similar materials so they fit together cleanly.
Patience matters too. Drying time, sealing, layering, all of it takes time. So this project is great to do with a girlfriend, wife, or kids, as it's big and allows for a lot of breaks. It's also a great project to do in between another project, one that could be mentally exhausting.
If you want to learn how to make some of the products we use, like homemade texture paste, infinite sand, or forest scatter, check out the shorts and videos linked in the description.
And make sure to watch some of our other terrain videos. Each one builds up on the last and it will help you level up your hobby toolkit, even possibly level up. And we always have a skit at the end, but just remember to keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye. This was one of our most simple videos when it comes to...
Yes.
But why did we stuff up so much?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we were recording all the shorts beforehand and we
I don't. But the shorts were easy. Why are you like this?
I know.
Okay.
It's because these tiles are meant to take your breath away.
I'm leaving.
Okay.